All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. I am now talking, so if you can hear me talking at this point, let me know in the comments here in StreamYard. And we're going to be talking today about expireds. And so there is so much stuff here. I will be doing 3 calls today on expireds. I did one this morning, doing one right now, and again at 7 p.m. Eastern. Or for those of you in Riverside, California, that would be 4 p.m. And so here you can see I'm going to walk you through how to create these for expired homeowners. I'm going to talk about some of the marketing you can do, some of the services that we offer. So a whole lot of different things. One of the things that you're going to see here, especially if you're on our homepage, that video with John Summers right there. This guy is absolutely crushing it, going after expireds. And here's the beautiful thing. You might be an agent. Maybe you got a listing. Maybe you're in and out of listings. Making expireds a focus of your business is phenomenal because as you go after expireds, you get more confidence in listings and listing presentations and talking to sellers. The opportunities for regular seller leads and converting and engaging seller leads increases. And I've seen that with John. I've seen that with other people down here. You're going to see our client, JJ, very similar concept right there with her as well. 20 years old, maybe 21 now, started in the business about a year before getting into listings to leads and took listings to leads and just absolutely put a fire under her business. Now, you might be an agent with 3 to 4, 5 to 10, 10 to 20 listings. Expireds represent the easiest low-hanging fruit in the industry. And when you combine that with the tools in listings to leads, you are unstoppable. You should be able to start getting listings in your pipeline in the next 24 hours if you get at it. And you should be within 4 weeks, start being able to get about a listing a week, at least a listing every 2 weeks at a minimum, if you do what we talk about. Now, again, we've got some done for you services. We got some supplementary services that you can take advantage of to make this a quicker, easier issue or part of your business. But all of these people you're looking at here did it themselves. It's absolutely doable to do it yourself. Absolutely no problem. It's not. Here's the beautiful thing about expireds. And when I say expired, I refer to canceled as well. They've got a problem. Their problem was they tried to sell their house and they couldn't. You've got a solution beyond anything anybody else has in the industry. An easy way to create specific presentations for that particular homeowner that features their home, that features their name on the cover, the address on the cover, features their home all the way throughout with an interactive presentation with clickable links, scannable QR codes, textable text codes, so they can not only see what you're going to be doing, they can interact with it. And our clients tell us they use us in listing presentations because we got the version for a listing presentation. We got the version for FSBOs. We got the version for canceleds, expireds. You can tweak it for probates. So all of these great niches in real estate that we all want to go after, but we're all a little bit nervous. We don't know what we've got to meet their needs. This right here answers the 3 questions that sellers have for you beyond anything else anybody is doing. All right. You got people, they got these Canva templates, they got these other things that they do. No, none of that is as easy to produce and as powerful to present. That you've got links you can text, you got links you can email, you can download the PDF and you can mail it. You can download the PDF and door knock with it. You got so many ways of getting this in front of these people. And it answers the 3 questions. What are you going to do to sell my home? I had a client tell me this the other day. All right. The person wasn't that thrilled talking to another agent. What are you going to, blah, blah, blah. And the agent was like, listen, I've got a 100+ point home marketing plan, 27 pages. I can send it to you via text. I can email it to you. I can drop it off. I can mail it. All right. Got it to them. Blown away. All right. So what are you going to do to sell my home? Secondly, how are you different from every other agent? All right. So when you walk into a listing presentation, when you walk into a homeowner whose home had previously expired, sometimes they want to negotiate down, right, on your commission. When you got a 25 to 27 page marketing plan that walks through what you're doing, they stop negotiating so hard because they can see what it is, and they can see, in part, along with all the other things that you're doing, why are they paying you 3.5 to 4%? And we have clients getting 4% commission because they are using this and they're getting less pushback. All right. And the other thing it answers, related to the other two, how are you different from every other agent? I've got 10 agents calling me. I've got 7 agents sending me stuff in the mail. All right. I know 3 agents in my circle. Why are you different? Why should I be going with you versus another agent? So, all of those questions, all of those benefits that you've got with this plan right here is going to make your business so much easier. Now, the only thing that you got to do is start taking action. And so, in this call today, I hope to get you to the point where literally after this call, you don't go to lunch, you don't start scrolling through Instagram, you don't start looking for other shiny objects that you can entertain yourself with, but that you literally start taking action, because you could have somebody here could have a home in the pipeline this afternoon, and somebody on the East Coast. It's 2 o'clock right now. We're going to get done here at 3 o'clock. Conceivably, 2 to 3 hours after this call, starting fresh, you could have something in the pipeline. And we've had people do that. We've had people text these over to an expired homeowner, and they get a come list me call or a come present call. We have had people get come list me calls by texting and emailing. All right. We have had people go door knocking and having a listing agreement signed at the door. All right. They knock on the door, they got the presentation. All right. They introduce themselves, they show the presentation, they hand the presentation to the homeowner. Homeowner's taking a look at it, homeowner's blown away. They get invited in, they do a tour, they have a nice conversation, the agent's good to go, end up signing a listing agreement at that first meeting from a door knock. All of this stuff can happen. All right. You're looking at probably a 20 to 40% conversion rate with this, depending on how you do it, depending on the numbers that you're doing. Literally a 20, just to be safe, let's just say a 10 to 30% conversion rate. All right. 10 to 30, but I know people 20 to 40% conversion rates as well. So that means every 10 homes that you reach out to, you're listing 2 of them. And sometimes some people, it's even more. So with that, anybody have any questions? Go ahead and just type in anything you got into the chat function right there. I'm going to go ahead and log into Listings to Leads. And actually, before that, I'm going to head over to our school classroom, our school community, because I want to make sure everybody is familiar. And Debbie York, give me 1 second here, and I will approve. You are in the class. So when you get approved, or however accepted, or whatever they call it, make sure to click classroom. All right. So classroom right here. And let me just bring back up my camera so I can see. Good to go. So go to the classroom. You're going to see success framework, expired pipeline builder, open house, marketing and mastery. That is awesome. Pending and sold. Awesome. But we are here today to talk about expired pipeline builder. And so when you get in here, you're going to start at the top, and it's probably going to look something like this. I have laid out everything here for you. I have had people don't even get on a call. They get in here, they go through this, and they have success. So let me just real quickly, let me just give you a quick overview here. So start here, how to list expireds fast and at scale. That's what we want. I want scale. I want easy, and I want scale. And really what you need to do is just click every single item. Even if you think you know what it is, even if you think you don't need it, I recommend that you click on it and just read it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to master it necessarily the first read through, because as you go through it, it'll start making a lot more sense. We do offer, like I mentioned before, a done for you pipeline builder for expired, where what we'll do is we will go into your CRM. We're going to set up a 90-day email campaign, text campaign. We're going to integrate the tools from listings to leads into all of this stuff. We set up the follow-up letters. We set up the phone notifications. We'll help make sure that you got your leads coming in and that they're mapped properly from a program like My Plus Leads or Redx or whatever it is, so that everything is as easy as possible for you using your CRM. So that all you have to do is just start adding contacts to your CRM. We'll set up the tag structure, the pipeline, and that way you just, as you're adding in expireds, all of the automations will just get triggered off right away automatically. So that's something that we actually do offer. Just click right here, click to learn more. And the only reason we do that is because I just saw people struggling with this. All right. Some people get in here, boom, done. They're off, they're running. And they come back to me a month later and they go, oh, by the way, Scott, I've had 2 listings. I've had 3 listings. And I'm like, damn, I'm glad to hear it. You tell me more. All right. I had no idea you're doing so well. But then I know other people who for 2 months, they just sit there and they waste hours and hours. So I don't know what kind of person you are. And as I'm saying, I've literally have spelled everything out here for you. But for some of you who are just too busy, you don't want to do it, you want someone to help you out, we're here to make sure that we can provide that assistance for you. All right. So you can click here to learn more. It'll take you to a presentation where we're just going to spell out everything. All right. We want to make sure we give you as much information about what we will do and what to expect. So we'll help you out with all of this. A couple of different options there. We do have some success stories. Oh, you got to open it up. So anytime you see that little kind of arrow or that V in the down position, that means there's something underneath it. So you click it and see how that just opened up. We have live call, or our live call schedule, but then our recorded calls are right there. 3 interviews with different people having great success. And the great thing about these 3 interviews, these 3 people all approached it very differently. I am a firm proponent of the all the above approach. There are 5 main ways to reach out to people: phone, text, email, door knock, and mail. I like all 5. Some you can't call, do not call. Some email will go to spam. Some are too far away to door knock. All right. Then there's always going to be a different combination thereof for most of these people. JJ, what she would do, she would text and call people. She would send them the link to the presentation via text. She would then have a quick conversation. She would set up a get together at a local cafe, meet them at the cafe, walk them through the presentation, and get listings. And she's in a really small market. She is in such a small little market. Most of us, I would have to imagine 95 or more % of us are in a bigger market by far. She's in like the second home Iowa town. It's like on a lake, I think, or something. And so most of the people there are second, it's like a second homeowner. It'd be like living in Tahoe, like for near where I'm at, right? Some people live in Tahoe, but half the people up there live outside of the area. And working with expireds in a market like that can be hard. She got 4 listings in 6 weeks. Brilliant. And she walks through what she says. She walks through what she texts. She walks through the in-person meetings with people. Great, absolutely great conversation. You got to watch that one. The second one here, and she's a brand new agent. She's been in the business for a year. John Summers right here, also a new agent. He had been a banker for 20 years. Professional guy, great agent. Highly recommend watching this. He would call people and he would even text the presentation to them. He would call them, have a conversation. He goes through it in this video, and he would ask for a quick meeting for him to drop it off. And he walks through that whole thing. He walks through the type of expireds that he targets, which I'll ruin it for you. I know I'm going to give away the ending here in a sense. He targets expireds that were 30 days or older. So that means they expired March 22nd or earlier, if it was today. So you got to watch that. Phenomenal. And Scott Murray, this guy right here, the most experienced of the three, $32 million in production the previous year. He went door knocking 12 homes over 3 days. So 4. Yeah, 4 times 3 is 12. Put 2.7 million into the pipeline. He walks through, what does he say at the door? Who does he target? What does he bring with him? Some of the conversations that he had. 6-minute interview. The other two, like 12 minutes long. They're all very short, on point videos. I didn't want to have to belabor the point and make you have to sit there and watch an hour video to get to the 5 minutes that matter or the 10 minutes that matter. So I really edited the heck out of these 3 videos just so I can provide as much value. And because again, I don't want you sitting here watching me because I'm so good looking. I want you out taking action. All right. I want you actually doing things and then sharing your results with us. All right. The good and the bad. All right. You're going to get yelled at on the phone probably. All right. My wife's a mortgage broker. Right. When she first started calling up leads, I remember she got really bent out of shape a few times and wasn't really that happy about it. She learned very quickly, though, that, you know what? I'm also having phenomenal conversations. I am also bringing people to home ownership, all right, as an agent, both home ownership and helping them get that home sold. So the benefit of service that we provide is definitely going to be outweighed by the crackers and the yahoos and the goofballs that want to give us a hard time. Make sense? So don't get scared, don't get upset, don't get emotional if somebody, when you call or text them, whatever, they tell you to, oh my God, Corey Smallman. He even got somebody, he was mailing and he had someone call him up off a mailer and they were screaming at him and they were going to, whatever. He told the story, it was hilarious. Off a mailer. You're going to get people who are a little bit unhinged, but you are providing a service that people absolutely need. And if they don't go through you, then they're probably going to go through somebody not as good as you. And so it would be better for them to go with you. So you need to go through that and start reaching out and contacting these people. And we're going to walk through some of the strategies behind that. All right. Another thing that you can get from us is these presentation booklets. These are amazing. These are what John Summers was using. These are what Scott Murray was using. JJ, she just prints them up herself. So you can do that as well. And I'll walk you through that also. The ones you order from us, what you do is you click the link right here. You'll do the setup. We prepare everything. We get your approval. You take a look at it. You let us know how it looks. And then you can order 10, 20, 30, 40 at a time. Because what I want you to be doing, I want you to be sitting there printing up 10 of these a week. It doesn't sound like it's that hard, but it gets really tiresome pretty quickly. All right. It really does. So in ordering from us costs about the same as if you were to print them. So what you can do is if you want to make a cost benefit analysis is just use AI or Google, put in your printer type, and then how much would it cost to print a 25-page document? Essentially is what this is, right? 25 to 27 pages, and then find out. And then you can compare that to ordering from us. And then once you got the setup, right, every time you need another set of copies, you just order another 30. And then that way you've got, think of these as ammunition, right? Think of these as the donut, right? Like a whole box of donuts. And so I don't want to have to sit there and bake donuts, right? It might be fun. I might love baking, but I would rather just have the box of donuts there, the presentation there, so I can give them out, right? My value is when I connect with people. My value is not baking or printing or binding. All right. I want to make sure that I've got all the ingredients that I need waiting, sitting there for me. So I can spend my time calling, texting, emailing, door knocking, mailing, right? Reaching out, engaging with people, not sitting there for 3.5 hours, printing and binding and correlating and whatever, all this stuff. So anyways, take a look at that if you want. Yapkov, dude, how you doing, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, my man. Hope all is well in New York with you. Next up, and I'm just working my way down just super quickly because we're going to get into the accounts and we're going to actually do some of this. Google Street View. I've got this here because when you have an expired homeowner and you want to prepare one of these for them, you may not be able to get the best photo. And so you're going to have to do a little bit of AI magic and take whether it's like a Google Street View, some garbage photo from Zillow, and run it through AI. And notice it says click here to view post. And I'm going to show you. Let me see here. A few other people, Rita and a few others. Boom, you're into the school platform. So this is just a screenshot from Google Maps or Google Street View or whatever it is, right? Garbage, pixelated, bad lighting, cars in the driveway. I threw it into Chat GPT. Boom. And I got this. The prompt, the prompt is very complicated, very technical. Can you make this look sharp without the cars so I can use it in my marketing and landscape format? All right. I think any of you could probably figure that out. If there's trash cans, if the tree, for example, one of the things I could have done, although I'm probably glad I didn't, sometimes I've done this with clients and it's the picture is like from winter. So it's all, everything looks really barren and almost a little scary. And I'll say, make it fill in the trees like it's summertime. Or if there's snow on the ground, make it look like take no snow, put grass on the lawn, make the trees look nice. I don't want this and make the sky look blue if it's gray. I want a beautiful photo. I don't want a scary looking Halloween thing. Because I hope as a real estate agent, right? Quality photos, video too, but here we're just talking photos. Quality photos matter. So don't use garbage. All right, garbage in, garbage out. And if I'm going to put garbage in, what is the homeowner going to be thinking? Is this what I want? No. So you're going to go through all that work, all that effort, all that trouble just to fall down on something that could have been so simple. Takes 30 seconds to take that photo that may not be the best photo and throw it into chat, throw it into Gemini, get a beautiful photo. This is not going into Zillow. It's not going into the MLS. So you don't need to worry about AI in the sense of, oh, you don't have to label it. Don't worry about it. It's just something to share with the homeowner so you can show them what your marketing looks like. All right. And here, probably it's better without the tree being in full bloom because then you wouldn't be able to see the house. I'm sure it looks pretty with the tree all filled in, but it's probably better here. But for example, if these trees in the back, like this one over here to the far, but yeah, here at this point, I'm splitting hairs. When we talk about expired listings, there's really three categories. Luxury, which is what I'm going to focus on right now. Luxury would be maybe there's 2 to 4 a week that are coming through. And obviously luxury, price point, location, condition of the property. All right. If it's a torn apart, drug infested property at 2 million, that's not luxury. All right. So we all know what luxury is, I would imagine. Every area is going to be a little bit different. What's luxury for me or you may not be the same for the other one. Think of luxury as, again, just the top like 5% in your area. And for these, we're going to create this presentation booklet. It's going to take us a minute to create and about a minute and a half to generate while we just sit there and do something else. And notice it's the homeowner's home. That's their home. That is their name on the cover. That is their address on the cover. And as they go through this, we've got an introduction. That is their home in every photo all the way throughout. And there are some interactive links right here. Look at that. Look at that link. That's their street number or street address, 834 Mazarine dot worldsbestlisting.com. Got my single property website. So you've got access to this. So you'll see this when you're inside of the school. The QR code is scannable. The text code is textable. And they're going to see what their home would look like. Who else is doing this? Nobody else is doing this. And then we're showing all the statuses. Now, I like coming soon. I would recommend that you add the coming soon status if you don't have it in there. I'll show you how to do it. Why? I use coming soon, even if you don't actually do coming soon. So let's just say you can't or you don't or whatever, you don't do coming soon. I still want it in there because it's going to let me talk through what we do before the property is listed. We take photos, we do videos, we do make sure the curb appeal looks good. We want to make sure the inside looks great. We want to set up our financing worksheets. We want to all of these things that we do before the property is listed. So leaving this here gives me the opportunity very comfortably and easily to discuss that. Just listed, open house. If you don't do open houses, just let them know. I don't think we're going to have to do an open house here, but if we do need to, we got the capability. All right, whatever. Active. Now, pay attention here. Pending, marketing to just sold. This psychologically get the homeowner envisioning you getting their home sold. In their mind, when they see their home next to pending and next to just sold, in their mind, they are already envisioning you getting their home sold. So I want you to emphasize this. I want you to be saying, as we go through and we market your property, we're going to get your home into contract, right? So, and once it's pending, we'll go through the escrow, but we are going to still keep marketing your property until it closes escrow all the way through just sold. And they're going to be like, they're going to see it. They're going to see their home with just sold, and they're going to hear you saying it. And then we got your client reviews at the very end. I'll show you how to add your client reviews. So can you imagine, to an expired homeowner, having this presentation, being able to send it via text, being able to send it via email, being able to send it in the mail, being able to door knock with it. And it only takes a minute to create it, about a minute and a half for it to generate. And then probably by the time you print and bind it, like another 5 minutes. Printing and binding, that's what takes the longest. But here's the deal. With luxury, you're going to want to do this. Now, there's another status right here called Premier. What are Premier? This is the bread and butter. All right. This is the other 95% of the expireds coming through, maybe 90%, depending on how you want to do it. And this is where we set up a listing in your account. This is what these are. The ones that you order from us are for the Premier. And some people use them for luxury. They just use them for everything. And you can click here, for example. And so you'll notice there's no address. There's no homeowner name. And where the address and the homeowner name was, it says the 100-point home marketing plan to get your Northern California home sold. And so when you order the presentation booklets from us, 20, 30, 40 at a time, we create this in your account. You can add it in your account. I got recorded calls on how to do this. The links are all still clickable. The QR codes, the text codes all still work. It still goes through the coming soon, just listed, open house, pending, just sold. It still has your client review website, but it's just not for a specific property. Does that make sense? It's not for a specific property. So let's do this. Let's go. Now, one more thing here, introduction and bio. If in listings to leads, you don't have your introduction or bio done yet, I've got both a prompt for you to use so that you can make it better. And then I've got the link to where you put it. So the link to where you put it, click here. And the prompt is just right below that. All right. So it's going to log you into your account and just click right there, introduction. Boom. And you'll put it right there. If you don't see it, ask our support team. They will help you out with it. And you can just send it to support. You can just send your bio or your introduction to support and they'll add it in for you. Prompt below. So here's the prompt. Just copy this prompt, drop it into Chat GPT, put your current bio underneath it. It'll give you an amazing bio that you can then drop into listings to leads. You can drop it onto your website. You can drop it into Zillow, drop it into wherever. For most of you, an updated bio would probably be a pretty good idea. And we wrote this bio to be listing focused and to mention, it doesn't say expired, but it mentions something to the effect of including those whose homes didn't sell previously. So it references the fact that, hey, not only am I amazing as an agent, but I am even able to help out homeowners who previously had their home listed for sale, but they didn't get sold. So this bio here, this introduction is really powerful. All right, very powerful. But here's the deal. We got to take action. We can have the best bio in the world. We can have the best marketing plan in the world. We can have the best way to get it to people in the world. But if we are not reaching out and contacting people, then none of that is, it's all for naught. So every day we want to be reaching out and contacting 5 to 10 new expireds in our area. If you got Red X, you got My Plus Leads, you got Vulcan 7, you got Espresso Agent, you're good to go. Right? There's a lot of different programs. Do it. I'm not here to, every one of them has detractors, every one of them has their fans. So if you're good with it, good. If you do not have a data source for expires, I will invite you to use our affiliate link. And there's a major reason why I promote our affiliate link. Because after you sign up for a 30-day free trial, right here it says bonus. After signing up, ask their support. You can just copy and paste this. I am a client of Listings to Leads. Can I get 6 months of back data added to my account for free or during the free trial? And instead of getting only 30 days of data, like normal everybody else in a free trial, you will now get 6 months. And that is absolute gold, because now because really the best target, if I could only pick one target to go after, it would be the 30 days and older. And a lot of people have success with that. Why? Because the brand new ones, they're getting bombarded, right? They're getting bombarded by 10 to 20 agents a day for the first 2 to 3 days. In fact, in the Done For You service, what we do is we actually add 2 campaigns into the CRM. One is expired past, one is expired new. And so the expired past would be anything over 1 to 2 weeks old. Really, we say 30, whatever. Expired new, that means they expired today. We actually, and it's up to the agent, can tell us, do whatever you want. But by default, we have it set to wait 3 days. So if the expired homeowner expired today, Wednesday, and you add it today, Wednesday, we're going to wait till Friday or Saturday, whatever 3 days, Friday or Saturday, I guess Saturday, to kick off the campaign so that we can avoid all of the onslaught and avalanche of emails and text messages and phone calls. What I always tell people, if there's an expired that's brand new, that just expired, I would just go door knock. I would just prepare this and go door knock. Or if you got this from us and it's not a luxury, just take this one and go door knock. While everybody else is texting and calling, I'm going to show up and I'm going to just knock it out of the park. But regardless, starting with the ones that are 30 days and older, John, and that's from a number of people, but John was telling me one time, he goes, I started out with 30 days and older, having great luck. And then he goes, and then for a week, I'm going to try the new ones. And he goes, I bombed. It was just awful. It was atrocious, because again, they're getting bombarded by Tom, Dick, and Harry in the industry. The other great segment of expireds are the ones that are 6 months and older. So the ones that have expired 6 months ago and they're still expired, are great to go after as well. All right. So take a look at those. I got people that tell me they go back 1 and 2 years, because here's the deal. There are, of all the expireds in the last 3 years in your area that are still expired, there's a ton. There's a ton of them. So you don't have to if you just focus only on the brand new ones, you're really limiting your potential and you're fighting an uphill battle. Not impossible. It's not impossible, but of course it's not. But it's just an uphill battle. Now, I'm going to make a couple of quick notes, and we do have the new ones, like I mentioned. Now, a couple of quick notes here, and this came up this morning. Always double check they are still expired. No matter what service you use, they are always going to be even brand new ones from a while back ago. And it's going to be like, oh, yeah, this home is expired. Always double check the MLS or even Zillow will work typically. Because if it's not on Zillow, it's probably not relisted. And My Plus Leads and a lot of the other ones, they will have both the MLS ID number. So you can always double check with that. You can double check with the property address, click the Zillow link. But first, double check that it's not relisted. All right. Because all of these programs, no data provider is 100%. And you do not want to be calling and door knocking and mailing people that are relisted and you just, for whatever reason, didn't realize it. The second thing is I would double check also, for example, in My Plus Leads, and I think all of these services, there is a link to the Google Maps. Do they have solar? Are they backed up into a freeway? Are they right next, like almost under a bridge overpass? Sometimes there will be a property that no matter what you do, selling it is going to be a awful experience, right? Because you're going to get people are going to come over and then they didn't realize it backed up to the freeway and they canceled the showing from right in front of the property. Or they go into contract and then they realize, oh my God, the solar on the roof and we can't, da, 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 and it ruins the whole thing. I would just take a quick look at the property. A, is it still unlisted? Okay, check, it's unlisted. B, is there anything weird about the property that might just make this a nightmare sale? All right. With that said, when you identify an expired property, My Plus Leads, Redex, again, all of these different services, you're going to get the phone number, the email, and other information. You'll get how long was it on the market for? You will get the link to Zillow. You'll get the link to Google Maps and all of the stuff. And these three things are important because I'm going to refer to them in a minute. So again, how long was the home on the market for? It'll say that right in there. The link to Zillow to see the property on Zillow. It'll be right there in the record. And the link to the property on Google Maps. That also will be there. So we see the list. We identify an expired that we want to approach. Now, as long as we're not on the do not call, and here's another thing I'll share with you. And this came to me from a client last week. And I was like, yeah, that's actually really powerful. He said he focuses on expireds that are all on the do not call or don't have a phone number. And I said, why is that? He goes, because everybody else forgets about them. Nobody else wants to deal with them. I can't call you, right? There's no email or there's a bad email or whatever it is. And he goes, I door knock them. And if I don't get a hold of them, I just start mailing them. And he goes, and it works because they're getting so few phone calls. They're getting so few text messages that, and I thought it was cool. I'm like, you know what? That completely validates that whole thing of if everybody's doing X, try Y. So it's the same kind of idea, right? If everybody else is avoiding it because there's no phone number or this do not call, he was like, yeah, he goes, those are the people I'm going to go after because I'm going to take do a little bit of extra work, right? I get the presentation. I plan. I'm not an idiot driving like a clown, right? So I plan out when I'm going to go door knock them, when I'm going to be in that area, make sure I got a few other things going on. I know with Scott Murray, for example, he would group 3 to 4 expireds in an area and then door knock that area. And again, remember, you're not door knocking 30 homes. If you can door knock 4 homes in 2 hours, then you're doing pretty good and probably nobody was home. But if you door knock late afternoon, very easily, at least one of them, you're going to have a conversation. Don't be surprised if you get invited in. And it likely is not going to happen, but I would always make sure to take my listing agreement with me because you never know. Someone's going to be like, oh my God, we got to sell this property. And we just got done interviewing a few agents. Your timing is impeccable. I love the plan. Can you get this sold? When can you get started? That's going to, if you take action and you are consistent, right? That will happen at some point. That will happen. Don't be surprised. Regardless, we're going to call them up on the phone and we're going to say something to the effect of, hi, Karen. This is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty in Folsom. I saw your home was on the market for 97 days and didn't sell, and I just wanted to reach out. I have a 100-point expired home marketing plan to relaunch expired listings and get them sold. Can I send you a copy to review and get your feedback? Now, you're going to get 97 voicemails for every 100 calls that you do. I see this all the time. That is perfect. So if you get them on the phone, great. The 3 things that are most important right here, and I got a voicemail script right below it. The 3 things that are most important, and you're going to hear this in JJ's interview. You're local, so you're not a investor, you're not out of area trying to give them pennies on the dollar. You're a local real estate investor. 97 days, you saw that the home was on the market for 97 days, and you got a 100-point expired home marketing plan or property marketing plan, if you want to say that. Those 3 things are really key to make sure that you get out, because that is going to, they know you're local, they know you're credible, they know a little bit about their property, having been in the market for X number of days, 97, 88, 104. And you've got this thing called a 100-point expired property marketing plan or home marketing plan. And that's what they need. They need something to get their home sold. So make sure you get those 3 things out. They're going to say one of 4 things. They're going to say, sure, send it over. They may hesitate. They may say they've already got another agent that they're talking to. And they may say we're just not doing anything for now. We're just going to take a break. We might look at it at the end of the summer. And no matter what they say, I've had agents tell me that the seller said, we've already got an agent that we're going to be going with. And they still got the listing and they got it sold. All you're trying to do here is get this presentation over to them. That's all you're trying to do. So even if they say no, we've got the response right here. And I'm not trying to get a meeting. Now, John was, bless his heart. And he was pretty successful with it. But I would say for most of us, I'm not trying to get a meeting. So I'm not going to tell them that. I'm just going to say, for example, if they hesitate, right? Hey, that's no problem. And even if you're not planning to relist right now, the plan is just going to show you what we can do to get the property sold when you are ready. It's 25 pages long. It's interactive. And it's going to show you the entire cycle from just listed all the way through just sold. Would it be better to text or to email it to you? Or you could use the language, reverse psychology, whatever. Would you be totally opposed if I sent it over via text message? Something like that. Most of the time, they're going to say yes. Even if they say no, and if I really want that listing, I might just mail it to them. But here, I had people, again, they told me, yeah, several people at least. Yeah, we're already talking to another agent. That's great. If you got somebody in mind, I totally understand it. You're definitely going to want to see this plan, though, because this way it'll give you some really good things to compare against with that agent. And if you have any feedback, just let me know. I got a link. I can just send it to you via email right now. Would Scott@listingsleads.com be the best email to send it to? Just like that. You're making it easy. I'm not asking for an appointment at this point. If you're good and you're comfortable doing that and you want to, go for it. I'm not telling you don't do it, but all I'm trying to do, because what we do know is this: the more people that see this and that I follow up with, now I can't just send it and forget about following up. All right. You still got to follow up. But the more people I get this to, the more listing opportunities I'm going to have. So I got to get this to people. Leo in Greek, can never remember how to pronounce Nicholas, I believe, something like that, out of Boston. He gets rid of 40 of these expireds every month, and he gets rid of 40 of the standard presentations a month. So he's getting rid of 80 a month, and he's now listing one a week. And this looks like that's increasing, and he's also getting buyers from it. I mean, how awesome is that? And he's not even that, he's a little bit more scattered. He gets it to the expireds, he gets it to seller leads. Sometimes he'll leave it at a cafe. So he does a lot of really funny things. He knows local business owners. He'll give 3 or 4 to a business owner and say, "Hey, just do me a favor and just leave that on the counter there. Let people pick it up." And so when homeowners come through, and I'm talking not the expired so much for leaving it out in public, but the standard, right? Just the complete marketing plan to get your home sold version of this, the same one you use in a listing presentation. So there are so many ways of getting this out. Let's get back on track because I want to finish up a few things here. If you get their voicemail, leave a stinking voicemail. Had a client tell me the other day, her code said, "Don't leave a voicemail." And so I'm playing, so you're making 100 dials. You're talking to 3 to 4 people per 100. So 97 times you're not leaving a voicemail. What? That makes no sense. I've had people leave voicemails and getting 10 to 20% callbacks or text backs. So check this out. Super short. All right. "Hey, Karen, quick message about my 100-point expired property marketing plan. I want 100-point expired home marketing plan, property marketing plan. I want that out of my mouth. I want that in their ear as quickly as possible because either they're going to hear it or they're going to see the text transcription. And I want them to see that I've got a solution to the problem before they hear who I am. I'm not important. All right. I'm not important at this point. Once they hear that part of it, now, right, who the hell is this? This is Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty in Folsom. I saw your home was on the market for 97 days and didn't sell. I'm going to be sending you my plan via text and email in a few minutes and would love to get some feedback after you have a chance to take a quick look at it." The reason I love the voicemail is because I'm just letting them know I'm sending it. Whether they hear it or not, I don't really care. At first I do. I'd rather them hear it because I want them to hear my voice and I want them to be expecting it. But I just use the voicemail as this, "Hey, FYI, I'm sending this over to you." Now, at that point, I would add the expired to my CRM if I haven't done that yet. And I've even got all the tags. If you want to create a pipeline and with tags, you can use what we got, create your own, whatever. But I want to be able to follow those through my CRM. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add their home. So again, we're talking luxury here. This will be 4 to 5% of all, what's this? Oh, let me just give me a second here. Let me delete a couple. You would think I would have unlimited listings in my account, but apparently I don't. To talk to my team about that. Actually, I've got an account like everybody else, right? I want to make sure that I don't have anything special. I used to have this like training account, and I got rid of that years ago because I want to make sure I see what. Now, real quickly, for those of you that are new to Listings to Leads, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us. But we have moved to a brand new platform. So in the last month or so, everybody signing up has gone to the new platform. It looks more or less the same, but it's going to just be a touch different. If you got anything that you see an issue with that you don't have or that you don't understand, just get with our support, get with Vince, get into the mastermind group, let us know. We'll help you out. But it should be almost the exact same. All right. So I'm going to go add listing manual. So we're going to create the Flipbook link and the PDF because I'm going to send it to them via text. I'm going to send it to them via email. So I'm going to land on this page, expired. All right, expired. I'm going to put his name, Karen Jones. Add email, add phone if you want to. You don't need to. Leave headline blank. Street. Elm. Right. So good. 839 Elm Court. Folsom, California. You don't even need zip code. That's not going to go anywhere. Don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. We're halfway done. We're going to get the photo. You may take a minute with the photo if you need to do the Google Street View to AI to get a beautiful image. These are luxury listings we're talking about right here. All right. We're talking a high 4 to 5 figure commission check. We're talking 10 to 20 to 30% conversion. Be excited. All right. Get into it. I'm going to add a photo of their home. And then I'm just going to click a couple of buttons, and we'll just have to wait about a minute and a half while it generates everything for us. All right, there's the home. You only need one photo. And then just save and start marketing. Now, we're not marketing this in the sense of a just listed, a open house, a pending listing. All right, we're not doing Facebook ads, of course. And notice where it says Flipbook, that's not clickable. Download the PDF is not clickable. The landing page is. So, you can get a quick sense of what that's going to look like. So that's what it's going to look like. Prepared for Karen Jones. All right. 839 Elm Court, Folsom, California. All right. Branded to you. That's her home. That's Karen's home right there. Absolutely beautiful. And while that's doing its thing, we'll go to one excuse me. We'll go to one I generated earlier or previously. So expired. 834 Mazarine Lane, Loomis, California. Click on the link. And so after about a minute to a minute and a half and it's generated, the Flipbook link and the download are clickable. So here's the Flipbook. And the Flipbook, again, there's my introduction. We talked about that. That's their home on every image all the way throughout. There's that link. It's going to be clickable. Actually, the QR codes are clickable as well. So on the online version, if you're presenting on a laptop, for example, a laptop or a tablet, you can tap it, or even on your phone. I know people on their phone that they've shown people, and they'll just tap the QR code on their phone, or they tap the link on their phone to bring up the property website. It's really cool, right? Again, clickable right there. So all of these QR codes are clickable. And then, like we talked about before, coming soon, just listed, open house active pending, just sold. I talked about the power of that. I got my client review website. So all my Zillow, Google, testimonial tree, Facebook can all auto import. You can add reviews from anywhere. They can download a PDF guide. Right, we got a few seller guides right here. So they can download a guide, which is really cool as well. And so now I'm going to text this over to them. So my first order of business is to text it. And because that link is a little bit long, you see where it says text sequence, create short URL, text sequence for luxury expireds. Give me a second. Let me back up. It got blown up again. So here's what I'm going to text. Text 1. So text 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to walk through text 1. Do it from your phone, do it from Lofty, do it from Bold, do it from Follow Up Boss, do it from whatever. Do it as a one-off, do it as part of a campaign, right? Whatever you want to do. Just add this text to your CRM. And instead of that link, what you're going to do is, I like to use Bitly. You can use whatever you want. And I even have under text sequence, create short URL. I even show you how to do it, right? Screenshots. And you should really learn how to do this, because you got potentially a $20,000 commission check with a very high conversion rate. So I put the link in where it says enter your URL, create Bitly link. So there's my link. So that's the link I'm going to text them. If I want to clean it up and put their street address, I can make it look really pretty. I show you how to do that on that page a little bit down below. And just because we're here, see where it says short link QR code? All right, QR code, short. QR code, short. While I'm here, I might as well just create a QR code and download it for later, because if I'm going to be sending a letter to them, if I'm going to door knock or I'm going to put something in the mail or I'm going to send a follow-up letter, I want that QR code that they can scan to bring it up off of a letter, off the cover letter. So you might as well just do that right now. And I might just go ahead and call it. I might just say, right, rename it. Let me see. There we go. I'm just going to rename it 835 Maple Folsom Expired Presentation. And I might just say 04/22/26. And that way I know the address, the status, what it's linking to, and the date I did it. So might as well just get the QR code. And then so I'm going to text them. Boom. You can take what we got and then just edit it if you want to. But essentially it's just, hey, Frank, just want to share my 27-page, 100-point expired property home marketing plan that shows how I sell homes in this market to get you the strongest offers possible. Here's the link. Curious what you think when you get a chance. This is Scott at XYZ Realty here in Folsom. Don't forget the language. Please stop, write the legal stuff if you need to add that there as well. The idea really is to send that text message. And again, we set this all up in the Done For You service, but there's another text that you can send after a couple of days. This one now is linking to the property website, so you can see what that looks like. And then the third text is just inviting them to receiving a print or print copy, via mail, or I can drop it off. And it's already 12 o'clock. I'm just going to point you in the right direction here because everything else is spelled out. The email. Now, the one thing about the email I'm going to mention to you, here's your subject line, and here's the email. Put your signature, drop this into Lofty, drop it into Bold, drop it into Follow Up Boss, drop it into Constant Contact, right? First name will go right there. Remember, I talked about the fact, and we said this in the voicemail, we said this in the call script, that their home was on the market for 97 days, 88 days, whatever it is. So we're going to put that in the email as well. I want them to be able to see that, again, in the email, that I know how long their home was on the market for. And then I'm also going to put the link to their home on Zillow. And then that's where the Flipbook link is going to go. The reason I put their home's Zillow link right there, before and after, I want them to be able to see what their home looks like right now. This is going to be the before. So they're going to see their home on Zillow. It's probably going to be Google Street View. All right, whatever. And then they're going to see the presentation with their home in it. Which do you think is going to look better? That's why I want to make sure I use a good photo, because I want them to see what their home looks like on the one website they know. They don't know me. Do they know you? They probably don't know you. They don't know who you are. They know Zillow. All right, they know Zillow. And so if I can show them their home on Zillow and it looks like X, all right, maybe X minus 5, and then they see this with their home in it, they can scan the QR code, they can go to the domain, they can send the text code, and they see how great and prepared I am to get their home sold. And then they're going to be comparing and contrasting with what's on Zillow. It's awesome. It is so awesome. A little bit again that you want. And the link is always right there in My Plus Leads. So when I'm at that property detail page, days on market is right there. Also the link to Zillow. And then obviously, you know where the link to the Flipbook is. And we got door knocking, direct mail, right? And again, luxury is what we're looking at. So take a look at this later. And I got the recorded calls right in the recorded call section, direct mail, and follow up. So we got a follow up as well. So this is meant to go out every 21 days. What you do is once you've got this done for that particular home, you just save it as a PDF, upload it into your documents for that contact record in your CRM, right? There's always a documents section. You'll upload it into the documents, save it, recurring reminder every 21 days to send it. You get the notification, you click, you print, and that's every 21 day follow up. Okay. Any questions for me before I let you all go? We got another call tonight at 7. And the last thing I'm going to show you, because it's just right there, and it's the very last item on this list, and that is the lab, the expired marketing plan. The TikTok is the best place to see this. You know, this we all like free, right? We all like free. So there's a lot of free ways of using these presentations. In fact, we were talking about this at some length this morning, right? You can use that's just my regular marketing plan. I present it where people can order it from me, right? Here's I got a property into contract, same with property sold. And so I'm showing off my marketing plan that I used to help get 10,000 views for this home versus 986 on Zillow. And so I'm actually showing the plan. So a lot of, and that's what I'm saying. There's so many great applications for getting comfortable with these presentations because all the different versions, right? The standard one for listing presentation, the FSBO, the canceled, the expired, tweaking it for probate. They've all got an audience that you can get in front of and start engaging and converting with it. So real quickly, are we good to go? Just say yes or no. Let me know if we are good to go. I know I didn't spell body, but everybody excited to get going and start getting listings into pipeline, getting listings sold, start having conversations with homeowners. And again, right? Live and recorded. Great links right there. You got the interviews. She listed 5 calls, 2.7 million. I hate to be the kind that says if they can do it, you can do it. But if they can do it, you can do it. All right. It's just making sure you ask the right questions, start taking action, ask us along the way if you need help, get into the mastermind group, ask in the community here. Either way is fine. And man, I want to hear your success. I can't wait. All right. When you start getting something in the pipeline and get a listing appointment set, I want to hear about that. Get in the mastermind group, brag about it. Let us hear how you're doing. And with that, if anybody wants to join us in about 4 hours for the third call today for expireds, I'd love to see you there. All right. Have a good one, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.